Hey, how's it going, everybody? Welcome back to the channel. I'm MonsterArts 25, and today I got another action figure review for you guys, and I will be covering today the SH Monster Arts Godzilla vs. Kong. Kong from the 2020 Godzilla vs. Kong movie. This is another one of those import figures. I'm kind of doing a lot of import figures lately. I did pick up this recently from Big Bad Toy Store. It was either like $77 or $67. You could find it for one of those. I do know they are getting restocked at some point near the end of the year. This is one of the newer releases this year from the movie, obviously. And yeah, so far, I will say I like the Godzilla a bit more than I like the Kong, just right off the bat. Kong is not a bad figure, but mine does seem to fall apart a little bit in certain spots over and over, so I do want to give that as a warning right out of the gate for this video. But overall, I do really like Kong as well. He was my favorite part of the Godzilla vs. Kong movie, surprisingly, because I've always been more of a Godzilla fan, and I didn't know much about Kong really before, Skull Island when I watched that a couple years ago. But overall, pretty cool figure. He's got more accessories than Godzilla, which is very nice since they're at the same price point. Godzilla obviously does have more plastic in him than Kong does. Kong is shorter and doesn't have a giant tail or all the spikes on his back, so he's a lot shorter. And I would say the paint is relatively very similar on the both of them. They both have a probably equal amount. So overall, Kong is more articulated, which is very nice, but Godzilla, in my opinion, just is kind of a better looking figure for the shelf, whereas Kong is a better looking posing figure, I guess I would say. Godzilla just looks good in his basic poses. Overall, though, Kong is very cool. Let's get a look at some of his accessories really quick first before we take a look at him. So you do get a lot of sets of hands with Kong. You get the kind of more like I don't really know what kind of, like, I guess these would be maybe more of a walking like hands, like you'd be walking on these or something like that. He's got his fingers curled back or whatever, so I don't know what kind of posing that you'd do with those. So he's got those. He has some more open, just relaxed hands, which are very nice, and they've got a very shiny, like, black paint on the hand, or that could be the plastic, and then like you get the fur on the back, which is like a brown gray mix. And then you do get a fist for either side. Here's the one for that hand right here. The other one's currently on the figure right there. And then you do get a grabbing hand for the Godzilla fin axe. And then you get the screaming face that's on him, and you do get an alternate, very like calm and passive, like Kong. Just like, this is your chillin' Kong face. So you do get that as well. So very nice to get the two different heads. I do appreciate that. I kind of wish Godzilla had an alternate head now thinking about it. And then you do get the axe up here, which I'm going to see if I could get out of his hand for you guys. We'll take a look at the axe really quick first. So the axe is very nice. It does have the same like bluish style painting, the metallic-y blue paint for the dorsal fin, just like on Godzilla. And then you get like a cool bone look right here. And then there's like some sort of wrap, whether that be a vine or leather, or looks almost like it could be like Godzilla hide in a way, wrapping through the stick. But yeah, you do get a nice little axe there. And then we got the main man himself, Kong. Now Kong is very nice, but I'm noticing the more he's been sitting there, see, there you go. There's a part that falls off him. Just constantly he loses this right arm for no reason. It just falls off. Same thing with the legs. One of the legs kept falling off, like right here. So it is quite annoying, and obviously, like right here, you can see the torso bit is off center again, and he keeps getting very gappy because of that, and barely touched the head, and the head popped off. So this is a very delicate figure. If you are one that is not very like I guess I would say patient with figures, and you're not very like, you know, uh, gentle and careful with them, I don't know if I would pick up this Kong. Like right here, obviously, look at the gap that's happening because this piece is like falling loose. I don't know what the deal is with that, and I don't know really what I could do to like make it hold better. If he's supposed to be like looking down more or like back more. I don't really know. I don't know if there's something I could do to make that better, but yeah, overall, only bringing the camera angle down since Kong is a shorter guy. Overall, he's very nice. Like, I do like the detail on his face and the fur, and you can't really get a good look because my lighting's not the best at the eyes in there, but there is a little bit of like a red in there, like a little reddish brown for like the actual eye itself. But you just can't get the lighting good enough to get that, unfortunately. So yeah, very nice though. Got the screaming head, and it's very good. Overall, though, like I said, the paint is good. The sculpt is very nice, with all the fur and everything. So let's go look at his articulation. You can get the arms up that far. Let's see. They do a full 360. So if you get the arms, you could go like that. So you can get them out that much. There, you get to look at more of the internal workings of him. So you do want to be careful with him. He does have a bicep cut, and he does have double jointed elbows, which do get up and close that much. Kong is way more like a normal action figure than Godzilla, which is very nice. And then the wrists do swivel and hinge as well. So there you go with that. And as I'm bringing the arms over, you could see I have his part right there that's just fallen loose. The head does look up that much, so you could get him up pretty good, and you could get him also down pretty well as well. Let's see how far the abs can go back, the diaphragm. As you can see, we do got a gap going in there because of this. And then if you, let's see, with the lower one, he can get back that much, and he can get forward that much as well. So he's kind of limited in the chest range. He does get a nice diaphragm pivot as well, and then you get the lower one as well, so you can do a little bit of turning with it, not very much. I do want to be very careful with him because he was very expensive. You know, I don't collect a ton of there's the arm again. So it's a little bit of a bummer. I mean, honestly, I've seen some people where their Kongs have broken. He does have the neck joint in there as well that does move. But I've seen a lot of people on like Reddit and other places where their Kongs have broken, and I'm trying to be very careful with mine. He does have a problem balancing as well. I don't know if it's just the weight or the way the feet are or something, but he doesn't balance very well either. Alright, so let's do a look at the legs. The legs do get forward that much, and you can't go like back that far. He does have an upper thigh cut, which is hidden behind here, but I just want to be careful because this is its own piece, so it does plug in somewhere around there. Does have double jointed knees, which get back that much, so bring it forward. And then he does have an ankle cut, I think under the knee almost. Yeah, there's one down there right here, and it has a separate little like rubber piece in there. He does have a little bit of a foot articulation there too, not a ton, but yeah, he does have ankle pivot as well a little bit. So the feet do go back that far and forward. Ooh. There you go, like that much. So yeah, you get a little bit out of him. Not bad. I'm very careful with him and very cautious because I do know he balances very weird. And I'm noticing this gap now, which is kind of upsetting. So I don't know. I do have one more SH MonsterArts besides Godzilla, or besides Ghidorah on pre-order, and that is like the 90, or it's like the 89 or 80 Godzilla from the Balancey movie, I think is what it's from technically. So that's what another one I have ordered at the moment. So I will review that if I follow through with the order. So Kong, let's get a size check. He is standing just under 6 inches tall, probably like 5 3/4 inches tall. Let's do a quick size comparison. So here he is next to the only other SH MonsterArts figure I've reviewed so far. Here he is next to Godzilla. Yeah, I think that works relatively well. Um, let's see if we could get... Yeah, there you go. There you get a proper look at the size with the two. So, not bad at all. He's obviously falling, as you can see. And then we'll replace Godzilla with the Neca Godzilla that I have to get a look there. So there's your Neca Godzilla, bit taller, obviously, but I do like the Neca Godzilla now that I have him down. I have been appreciating him a lot more. And then here he is next to your Gundam Universe Gundam figure. Don't really know the name of this one exactly, so don't hate me. Any Gundam fans out there? I'm very new to Gundam as well. I just really like how the Gundam Universe figures are. So yeah, yet again, I said this in the Godzilla review. I think that is something size-wise that the humans would build to fight these giant kaiju if they had to. I think the size works out relatively well. So let's get back over here. Here Kong is next to an SH Figure Arts Goku. So here he is next to an actual Figure Arts character. So Goku's about the same height as him. Here he is next to another import figure. Here he is next to your Figma Samus. And your Reveltech All Might, who's way taller. He's head cut off. So if you have any of those figures, you obviously know how he scales up next to them now. So you kind of get a range of what his height is. Here is next to your Mafex Batman. And now we'll do the more domestic stuff. Here is next to your Marvel Legends Stealth Iron Man, as well as your... Oop. Hit the camera, twisting it. I apologize. There's your Star Wars Black Series Captain Rex, and your Power Ranger Lightning Collection Dino Thunder Red Ranger. The more I pose some of these characters, obviously, the more I notice they're wearing down. So maybe we gotta, like, switch up who we bring in at some point. Here he is next to your Spartan Collection Master Chief as well. And lastly, here he is next to the Mezco. Oh, and there we lost Kong. Stealth Iron Man as well. So there's another comparison. If you have any of those brands, that's how tall Kong is next to him. Obviously, he doesn't scale with them at all. And then here's the last little comparison. Here is next to a Mega Construx Master Chief, and yeah, also still way too tall for him. Kong should be 100-something meters tall, so obviously he doesn't scale with any of those things very well, besides the Gundam universe and the Godzilla stuff. So overall, this Kong is very cool. He's a little bit delicate and fragile, so I would just be very careful with him if you do plan on picking him up, or if you have picked him up already. Obviously, if you have him, you know how he is. I'm very careful. I'm going to have him on a lower shelf somewhere, and probably as far back as he can be so he doesn't fall. Might even get a stand to hold him up a little bit better to make sure he doesn't fall over. But he does look very cool. Honestly, getting him in a fighting pose with Godzilla would be very, very nice as well. So, I do really like him. I do recommend him if you are looking for a Kong figure for your MonsterArts collection. I think they've only released him a couple times beforehand, maybe, if that. So he's a very cool figure for that. I just wish he wasn't so delicate and he didn't fall apart so easily. I just wish there was some way to fix that. But overall, I think he's pretty cool. For the price point of about 70 to 80 bucks, he's not bad. More accessories than Godzilla, which I do appreciate. So, that's all for me for this one. I think he's pretty good. Should you go out and get him? Yeah. Should you pass on him? I think you also can. If you're not super into Kong and you weren't really a big fan of the movies or whatever, and you don't really like getting import figures, you can pass on him. If you love Kong and you love the movies, then he's a great figure. He looks really good and he poses up pretty well. He just has a little bit of an issue balancing sometimes because of the way he's, proportioned and everything, which I think is still pretty good though. So, yeah, a little bit last look. He does have the scars going across his chest, I did just notice as well. So that is a very nice little detail as well. So hopefully you did find this video helpful. Hopefully you did find it useful and everything like that. Hopefully it helped to make your decision on buying or passing on this figure a little bit easier. I do like mine. I am happy that I got him and happy he was in stock to get him. So, and I really like him together with Godzilla as well. So, yeah, if you were looking to get these two to get them together, and see what I mean? There goes Kong as well. If you were trying to get these two to get them together, they are getting restocked, I think, later this year on certain websites. I don't know which ones exactly. It might just be everywhere. So if you're planning on getting them, I'd go out and get them before they disappear and become very expensive, because the MonsterArts stuff, it goes up in price very much. So that's going to be all for me. Like I said, hopefully you enjoyed it. If you haven't already, would always appreciate a like as well if you haven't on the video, as well as subscribe if you are new or haven't already. If you do want to go check out the gameplay channel, I do play Ark over on youtube.com/dwolfgaming. Link is in the description below, or it's just wolfstalker25 on YouTube. I am playing Ark over there, and I am playing with these guys because there is a mod that does add them into the game, which is very, very cool, and I do love it because they are awesome in there. As well, if you do want to follow me on Twitter, where I post when I get all this kind of new stuff as well. Haven't posted about these guys yet, but I do post up there when the videos go live and everything like that. This video is being recorded on the 28th, so it will probably come out sometime within the first week or two of September, since I'm doing a mass recording tonight. So hopefully you guys all enjoyed, and I will see you all in the next video. Bye bye.